Yo, what's up guys, it's TBag, and in this video I want to talk about 5 things that DICE should add in Battlefield 1 to make the game much better. Now, don't get me wrong, Battlefield 1 is already a great game, but I noticed some complaints from the community since the launch of the game, up until this point, and it all started with the lack of customization, which is the first thing on my list. Now, believe it or not, but before the game actually launched, people were speculating whether or not customization will be a feature in the final release of the game. And because of that, people were really hyped up to see that feature implemented. Now, for a lot of people, including myself, this was a big letdown. Most were expecting to see the same kind of weapon customization as in Battlefield 4, but instead we got 3 different kinds of presets for most guns, not even all guns, which takes your personalization completely away. The only thing you can customize yourself is whether or not you want to equip a bayonet on your gun and what kind of iron sights or optic you want on your weapon, which are very limited as well. As far as character customization, this is a feature which we didn't get at all. Now, for me personally, this was one of the biggest letdowns of all. I mean, there is absolutely no character customization in Battlefield 1. Even in Battlefield 4 we had a little bit of character customization where you can customize your camouflage of your uniform. Now imagine the possibilities DICE could have taken if they put this in the game. I mean, it's World War I. You can think of different things such as different helmets, different facial features such as a beard or a French mustache or something like that. I don't know, that would be pretty cool in my opinion. Perhaps different ways of wearing your uniform. For example, people in Sinai Desert would probably stroke up their sleeves because of the, it's a desert and it's very hot, and adding stuff like that, adding wear to your gear, such as busted up helmets or scars on your face or something like that, It wouldn't show that much in the game, but it would add the much needed personalization we all want and crave from this game. Now, if this is added, if this is going to be added in an upcoming DLC, I don't know. They Shall Not Pass DLC is around the corner, and we pretty much know for a fact that this DLC won't bring this kind of customization with it, but it would be a pretty good move on DICE if they did. Now, for number 2 on my list is being revived from a sniper headshot. This should not be possible in my opinion. As many of you know, getting headshot with snipers can be difficult at times, especially at very long ranges. Once you do manage to shoot your opponent in the face, it is extremely satisfying, in the combination when you hear that ding sound and you neutralize the threat by pulling off an amazing shot. That feeling goes completely to shit once you get counter-sniped seconds later by the same guy you just shot in the face. He is able to do that because he got revived, and now because of the kill cam he knows your location, so he can get up and shoot you straight away. So in my opinion, to preserve the satisfaction of pulling off a headshot from long distance, you should not be able to revive someone who is killed by a headshot from a sniper. Because of this feature, headshots will be more of a priority. Because let's say you kill a couple of guys via headshots on objectives, they aren't as likely to come back as fast to the objective. Number 3, more gadgets. Since Battlefield 1 is set in the First World War, I understand that it's kind of tricky to have a whole arsenal of useful gadgets in the game. But let's compare the amount of gadgets in Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 4 for a second. In Battlefield 1 we have 4 different gadgets for the assault class. 4, that's it. You have the AT rocket gun, which is essentially your rocket launcher, dynamite, anti-tank mines and anti-tank grenades. Now compare that to the engineer class in Battlefield 4, which is basically the assault class in Battlefield 1, and there you have 13 different gadgets to use. Now granted, a lot of them are different kind of rocket launchers, but all of them are different and force you to have different playstyles. I'm sure in upcoming DLCs we get more gadgets for each class, but the difference between 4 gadgets and 13 right now is insane. For example, as the scout class or recon class in Battlefield 4, you have the MAV, which is a great tool to scout the area and see possible enemy threats. Let's say you have a pigeon scouting the area for you as a useful gadget,
as the Scout class in Battlefield 1. Now remember, this is just an example, I'm thinking out of the top of my head here. Another thing they can do is a gadget pickup. For example, in Battlefield Hardline, you could pick up the zipline gadget, which brings new flanking routes and strategy to the game. In Battlefield 1, you could have a ladder, for example, as a gadget pickup. You can use it, for example, on operations. Once you secure the sector and you push through for a new one, you have some maps that force you to go one way or another because of the map design. But what if you have a ladder as a pickup and place it against a high wall which you normally couldn't climb up? But now, because of the ladder, you can, and you have a whole new route to force yourself onto the objectives. A good example here is the final sector on the Foul Fortress map in operations. You have 3 main points to push through as the attackers: the gate, the left and the right side of the fortress. If the enemy team got those points locked down, it's very hard to push onto the objectives, but if you have a ladder, for example, and you can climb up certain points of the wall, that gives you a whole new route that the enemy has to take into consideration while defending the sectors. Now remember, these are just some random ideas that I personally have for the game, which will make Battlefield better in my opinion. Number 4 on my list is the addition of a test range. Now the test range in BF4 is a great way to get familiar with your weapons, vehicles and other elements in the game. For example, you can learn the recoil pattern of different guns and stuff like that. Now, why it's not here in the first place, I have absolutely no idea. DICE should definitely add this into BF1 soon. As you can see on the screen, I went to BF4 test range to check out the different vehicles and the different weapons, all in private. Now, the last number 5 on my list is weapon inspection. As many of you know, getting a nice or legendary skin in Battlefield 1 is very hard. Once you do finally get a legendary skin after opening I don't know how many battle packs, sometimes it's, I don't know, because of the lighting or the skin itself, it's very hard to see and appreciate the skin in first person view. With the addition of weapons or gun inspection, you can see the aesthetics of your gun, and with that the nice legendary skin you opened so many battle packs for. A good example for this is Call of Duty Remastered. They added weapon inspection in order for you to see and inspect your gun and the skin for that gun while in first person view, which I think is a very cool feature. Anyways guys, these were 5 things DICE should add to Battlefield 1 in order to improve the experience for the players. Let me know what you think of these ideas in the comments below, and let me know if you have some great ideas as well. With that being said, like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel to see my future videos. Check you guys later.